Guys, I've seen this idea going around on the internet, you know, not like quite a bit, not like widespread, but every now and then it pops up, and I think it's time for me to give it a try and show you guys what it's all about. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over to the Dollar Tree, pick up some paper towel holders, and we're gonna turn those into bases for floater duck decoys so then they can be used on dry ground. Okay, this is what we're after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, let's do 12. Total comes out to $13.02 for 12 of these paper towel holders. I think you guys might be getting a little bit of an idea of what's going to happen here. But now we need to run over to Walmart and we'll go get some paint to paint those because I don't want chrome stakes in a field. So let's go get, now the real question is, do I want brown, do I want black, or do I want orange? I guess we'll find out when we go to the paint store. Man, you guys should see the looks I get when I walk through a store with this camera. Some people are like, what is that thing? Because it's not just like a camera, it's got a microphone and a Joby tripod on it. So okay, paint, that's where we're at. Black. I don't think I want to do orange. It's either black or brown. I think brown. Or no, black. I'm gonna do black. I think choosing the paint's the hardest part. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Flat protective enamel so that it doesn't like wear off. I think this is good. I think this is what I want. I'm not entirely sure. It's only $5, so might as well try it. We'll try this paint. Here's what we got. Came out to a total of $18.40. We've got a dozen paper towel holders and some flat black paint. This should be pretty simple from what I'm thinking. And if you take a look, I've got one of my duck decoys here. If you look, the keel will slide perfectly into the stand here. Now, what I'm gonna do is basically just bend this over so then we have a base and we got a little stand for our duck decoy to sit on top of. And I'm curious, I've got one of these like hardcore like super magnum decoys. I'm kind of curious to see if it'll work on this one. They seems like the keel is just a bit big, but that's probably not a problem because you can just bend the metal. We'll try it out. I know the tangle-free decoy will work, and we'll just have to play around and see if this super giant decoy works. Because I'd rather have the really big decoy on land than something little like this, but that works perfectly. So let's go ahead and get started on this project and see if we can turn some floater decoys into field decoys. I really wish I had the camera on when I was checking out, because when I set these down on the counter, the lady was like, what are you using all these for? I said, oh, I gotta hold a lot of paper towels. It's funny. Okay, let's have a little bit of fun here. Let's take this bad boy off. These, looks like this is welded on, so I don't know exactly how strong that's gonna be there, but let's just try it out and see what happens. So let's just bend this over here and not bust any welds. Okay, that was pretty easy. I'll slide our decoy in there. Whoa, look at that! Freaking perfect! Are you serious? That is so cool. That looks like a duck sitting on land if I've ever seen one. That's like a lot sturdier than I thought it was gonna. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Sweet. And it's like super well balanced. Like, yeah, it'll knock over like that, but any round base will do that. But I think this could handle some wind. Nice. Okay, I like where this is going. I really do. Let's go ahead and finish up a dozen of these and get them painted. Okay, we'll bend it over right here. Bam. And we'll need to make sure decoy balance on there. A little bit front heavy. freaking perfect. Yeah, so here's what it looks like. It just slides right on, just like that. Boom. I've got all 12 of the paper towel holders done, and when they're done, they look something like this, if you guys didn't notice. And so they work for both the big, like, Magnum decoys. They've got a fatter keel, so I was a little questionable about that. And they also work with these little guys. So there's what they look like from the side, but if you take a look from the top, they look just like a full body decoy would from the top. Like, this idea is genius, and I don't know why it hasn't gone around on the internet more. Like, literally, I paid total like $18, and I can turn 12 floater decoys into field decoys. Just do the math there for you. Let's just take a second to just do a little bit of math and contemplate $100 for 6 full body ducks, or $18 for a dozen floater full bodies. So, I mean, just do the math there. Let's go ahead and get these painted though. I'm also curious about how these stands would like stack together, because they stacked together pretty well when they were all like straight. So I wonder if they'll do the same thing when they're not straight. I mean, at least if you can get 5 or 6 in a stack, that would be nice. Maybe not. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, I stacked 3 of them together, so I mean, that's better than nothing. All we gotta do now is just let that dry, and then once it dries, I'm gonna add a second coat, just because it's gonna be getting banged around in the field and everything. So I wanna make sure that paint stays on there, because we don't want that chrome showing through. I'm really pleased with how this is going and like how it looks. I was like, you know, I don't know how sturdy this is gonna be. I don't really know what to expect, but it looks like it's gonna work out really well. I think this is just gonna be a game changer for everybody who's like duck hunting on a budget and saying, hey, I can't afford a dozen floaters and a dozen like field decoys, which field decoys are more than just field decoys. You can throw them on the edge of a pond and just put them on dry land in areas next to water when you're hunting water. It doesn't have to be for like a cornfield or anything. But this is definitely a game changer, and I hope you guys try this out as well. I'm gonna let that paint dry, and while it's drying, I'm gonna go to work, and then when I get back, I'll go ahead and give it a second coat. Okay, so our first coat of paint is dry. I missed a few spots, but let's just take a look. I got some extra decoys here. This one's no bueno anymore. It's seen better days. Let's just put a few mallards in the yard here. What do you think? Whoa. That was gross. What do you think, camera girl?
I think my idea would have worked too, but it's okay.
Oh, I just got my nice shoes on, buddy. So I like the way these look. It works really good with these big magnums. They stay attached. Whoops. Spoke too soon. So there we go. Boom. We got our field ducks. I'm going to give these another coat of paint just so then it's covered up pretty good. I just hit these with another coat of paint, and I think they're going to work out really well. My only concern is how they're going to do in high winds and on like uneven ground. But I think if that does become an issue with these, I could just use a tent stake and stake them down in the ring, and they won't wobble or fall over as much as they would without it. So for a budget way to turn your floater duck decoys into field duck decoys, I think this is a winner in my book. Like I said, I've seen this around, like kind of not widespread on the internet, but I've seen it on the internet, and it's a good idea. It really is. I know there's a lot of people out there that can't afford full-body ducks. This will work great on edges of a farm pond, in a field, or really anywhere on dry ground that you're trying to hunt ducks. Is it as good as a full-body duck decoy? I'll leave that one up to you guys. I think it'll work great. Just like the aerial view, it looks exactly the same as a full-body duck decoy. I'm really excited to try these out when I go up to Nebraska this weekend, because I'm going to go out duck hunting with my buddy Blake. If you want to pick up a hoodie like this one or a hat like this one, click the link in the description and it'll take you over there. Feel free to follow me on my social media. I've got Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Follow me on there and stay up to date with what's going on. But that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.